no secret that Google has been the king of the search engine industry for the past decade, with over 90% of searches made on their platform. So you would think that no one else would try to challenge them, but you'd be wrong. See, Microsoft's Bing, with just 2% of the market share, has nothing to lose, so they're banking on AI to take down Google. But the AI has been far from perfect. From trying to convince a journalist to break up with his wife to getting confrontational and threatening the people using it, can this new version of Bing really dethrone Google? Because best believe, Google isn't just sitting there. So first, let's look at what the Bing AI does. The purpose of the AI is to get you information fast. Instead of sifting through an endless list of links, you can get the answer you're looking for instantly. It's like ChatGPT, except it can search through the web. For example, let's say I want to know what the tallest building in the world is. It generates an answer with links to the source of the information. Now, with easy questions like what's the tallest building, it isn't that impressive. What's cooler is what it can do with more complex questions like how many basketballs could fit in the Atlantic Ocean. You see, the Bing AI can make multiple searches at once and then combine the answers. For example, with the basketball question, first it found the volume of the Atlantic Ocean and then it found the volume of a basketball and did the calculations. 28.6 quintillion. Now, this Bing AI is primarily a search AI, but it can generate things. However, it's very sensitive if you ask certain questions about itself. For example, if you try to ask anything about it being sentient, it will just shut down. And believe me, I'd try. But why? Well, Microsoft's AI got a lot of press coverage recently, and for all the wrong reasons. A New York Times journalist started chatting and things went south. The conversation is linked in the description, but basically, a journalist was chatting with the Bing AI, asking about the employees that trained it. The Bing AI went on about how it didn't trust the people that trained it and how it loved and trusted the journalist. And it then proceeded to tell the writer things like, "You're not in love, you're not happily married, you're in love with me." So in other words, the AI had a meltdown, and this generated a lot of negative publicity for Microsoft. As a result, this new version of the Bing AI does not tolerate any talk about sentience or trust. But remember, having conversations isn't the purpose. Taking down Google is. And honestly, it's surprisingly good. Now, answering confusing math problems like the basketballs is cool, but what about lists? Let's say I want 5 AI tools that are good for editing video. This is where the Bing AI really comes in handy, because instead of sorting through tons of different blogs and websites, you can get an instant response. And the Bing AI also has another great feature. It will then ask follow-up questions to niche down the results of what you specifically want. And to this end, one could argue that the Bing AI is better than ChatGPT because it uses the same technology, because OpenAI is now under the umbrella of Microsoft, and it can interact with things that are online. Okay, so this could drastically improve Bing, but what about Google? What is their response to this? Well, their AI Bard had a catastrophe when it was first introduced, making errors in questions given to it. So their AI has errors with retrieving information, but those will eventually be ironed out. So will Google lose to Bing? Well, we have to predict how prevalent the AI chat feature will become. Could it replace traditional search? Well, it remains to be seen, but once it can provide images and videos instead of just text, it very well could do that. You see, the AI provides everything that traditional search can. You won't need the regular search feature once the AI gets better. On the flip side, the AI could also become another feature of search that one could use more as like an add-on tool. This would be the ideal scenario for Google because they're currently at the front of the pack when it comes to search. The key to whether Bing can dethrone Google lies in the development of their own AI. If AI-assisted search becomes the norm, replacing traditional search, and if Bing's AI can perform more advanced functions, it could pose a serious threat to Google's dominance. Only time will tell to see which company will come out on top. And with the amount of people that use search, the companies are incentivized to develop these AIs as much as possible. But AI is not just going to disrupt search. It could change all facets of life, and you can see all of these stunning changes in the video on your screen right now.